I want to hear a little behind the scenes. I mean, trades happening that close to the start of a season, right? Obviously, you have deadline stuff, you have summer stuff in July, but they're kind of an anomaly. They don't happen as often.
Yeah.
And, you're ramping up. I know you got a little one. I know you got a family. So all of a sudden you're thrown into a new city just prior to, a new season. So you have the basketball adjustment, but you have the life adjustment as well.
Yeah. I mean, you said it. I think last year you saw Drew and Dame go through that trade. And I think this trade happened like the same day, a year later. Obviously, no one, you don't expect it at that time. Obviously, everything's kind of like around free agency or around the deadline. So, you're just getting ready for the season. And like you said, family settling in. Everybody's kind of planning what trips they're going on and when their family coming to games. And then, boom, it happens. I think the toughest thing for us was, when I came out here, when the trade was official, we left like the day after or something to go to Palm Springs. So like I had my family come out here and I was like, hey, I'm leaving tomorrow. So like, wait, you're dropping us in Minnesota, like unfamiliar with everything. And then you're just bouncing for a week. So that's the hardest thing that people don't understand about the NBA.
What did you think when you heard about the trade?
I was super surprised, man. Donte and I have the same agent, so I was doing a little behind the scenes of like, was this expected? Was there like steam building? Like what was going on? I think it caught a lot of people by surprise. Obviously, you. But I think it's also such a unique deal because both teams had such success last year. Yeah. And nowadays, and even dating back more than just, the recent NBA, but there's this propensity to want to run things back. And hey, we had a great crack. You guys had injuries in New York. Hey, let's give it another grow with this group. You have this chemistry. You guys are doing GQ shoots with the Villanova boys, like the whole thing, right?
How about
like
the timing of that being released?
The whole thing. So then all of a sudden it's like, you have something that's special in the NBA, which I found is hard to come by, which is like real camaraderie and like the shit that has nothing to do with basketball that always translates to basketball. So to throw a wrinkle into that is a risk, right? And that cuts both ways, obviously what Minnesota had as well. But I think that also, it's going to take time on both sides, to feel it out and grow. But obviously, you've experienced success right away as a group and then also individually. So for you, I mean, the way you've been playing the last couple of years and trending the way you have, I think it's a great opportunity, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, you guys being in Miami, going to the finals and everything, like that same group, when you have the same group together, where where you're going to be on certain plays. Right. It's kind of like second nature. We were just talking, my fiance and I were talking, like, this is the fourth straight year to start training camp with 4 different teams.
It's crazy.
So
how's she handling it?
She's handling it. I mean, I think, having a baby is, that's what we focus on. Basketball's going to take care of itself. And, enjoying coming to the games and doing everything like that is one thing, but focusing on the baby and, watching him grow and all those, the life moments with that's the fun part of it. We can be anywhere. It's going to be the same, but
With this Minnesota team, these guys had interest in you, obviously, before you ended up in New York. Can you walk the audience through how close that got?
Yeah. I mean, it got super close. I mean, it was, down to a couple teams with, Minnesota being up at the top of my list as well as New York. I mean, obviously you look at, having an injury I had before and, money factor, and you never know with this league. So just comes down to security for my family and knowing I had a little one on the way. And obviously playing with, college teammates obviously makes it intriguing. But I think what made it the most intriguing is having family. Hour and a half train ride, they can come to every game. So I think was the biggest selling point for me. But I couldn't, I told you guys before, like, you think about all the trade situations. I've been traded before. So like, I couldn't ask for a better trade situation to go to. Right. You're going to a team that is a contender. You're going to a team that you were looking at in free agency, and you're going to a team that has a stud that, is young. And
it's going crazy right now.
I mean, just going bonkers. And like the energy that he gives to the organization is, you see it from the outside, but like when you're here, he makes coming to work every day just so enjoyable. And that's, something that is very, very, very fun.
Yeah, I mean, he's got this like infectious personality.
Crazy,
it's obviously with like the starting five stuff. I think some people saw a little even more behind the scenes into that.